Hey, YouTube, MeefMagnet here. I wanted to go over just a little bit of some of the stuff that's going on in adventure mode. So, I've gone through and gone Act 1 through 5, finished that up on normal mode. So, once you do that, you have the option, go into game settings. Rather than run the campaign, you can run adventure mode. And the way this works is there's a bunch of different stuff you can do. You can do rifts, you can do bounties, there's random dungeons. I mean, there's all kinds of shit you can do in here. The big deal, though, is what's going on, and it kind of applies to the campaign, too. You can change this and switch this to whatever the hell you want. You can get it into the torment stuff. And if you look, over here you're looking at 1150% extra XP bonus. So there are benefits to going into these other difficulties. I mean, if you look over here, you can see what's going on. So the new legendary items are available at level 70. Additional gold XP legendary drop rate per torment level. So once you get way up here, there's some pretty cool shit that drops out. But since I just got done with normal, it might be easier to get into hard or nightmare or whatever the hell you want to call it. So this is a 75% extra gold bonus, and then 75% extra XP bonus. So rather than sit here and run around in normal, I'm gonna jump into adventure mode on hard. So got this set for private game. I'm just gonna start this one. There's a few different changes here in adventure mode. The whole entire pretty much the whole game is unlocked. And we can see here that right now I think I'm in Act 5. Let me get rid of that Paragon stuff. Get working on that a little bit here. Right away, what I usually like to do, just to kind of get warmed up, if you want to call it, it's usually going to the waypoints and then see what we've got around here for these bounties. If you look at the exclamation point here, you get these different places that you can go to right away. It's looking for a bounty. Just for as an example, the bounty here is Killer Zeal. So you're going to West March Heights, and then he's there. So that's what you're looking for. In the end, your reward is, 12,862 in gold, and then 612,500 XP. I can't even fucking talk today. But anyway, that shit shows up over here. So once you can complete all this shit, I mean, you get a certain amount of reward for each that you kill, but the bigger stuff comes from here, and then could just probably be easier just to show it, but I'll get to that in a little bit. What I kind of wanted to show here was some of this other stuff. So, Kanai's Cube, I think that's how it's pronounced, I don't really know. This is kind of like the Heraldric Cube from Diablo 2. On this character, there isn't anything unlocked here, or anything locked in. But the way this works is, if you have enough of this stuff, and some of this stuff you can only get by completing all of these bounty missions. So if you look here, you see that Kandarin Rune is obtained from Act 1 Heraldric Caches. You get those from Tyrael once you complete all 5 bounties per act. So if you look, here's Act 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this Death's Breath is found from I think it's elites, and I think you can get it from some champions. I don't think I've ever seen this drop off a boss, though. I could be wrong. I very well could not be, or could not have been paying attention. But kind of keep in mind, like right now I have 800 Death's Breath. This is account wide. This is shared between your characters. So all this shit came across. Even though this was a brand new character, this shit came across from a demon hunter that was just ended out of season 10, so all that stuff was ported back. But anyway, all that stuff is here. So As you can see, I'm kind of shy on some of the materials, so I can't actually show any of this stuff. But what's going on is if you look up here for this cube stuff, and I'll show you how to get that later on, even though this character I won't need to go get it, but I can show it, show where to get it. I'll do that in probably in a few episodes once I get further. But this extract legendary power. So you throw in, say, this legendary axe along with these materials, and you can withdraw this first chance to summon a ghostly fallen champion when attacking, or whatever that first one is. You can do it with Leorix, so you can take that 91% off and apply it to any helm. Well, you apply it to the cube, and then it's applied to the helm that way. So there's all kinds of different recipes here. So reforge legendaries, you can do that and try and get some better stats. You can upgrade rares, set conversions. Some of this shit I haven't even used. No level requirement. There's gem conversions, convert reusable parts and other stuff, arcane dust, veil crystal, augment ancient items. So that stuff is all there. You can screw around with that. Just know that it's there. You'll have to get the cube first, but once you do, it's pretty beneficial. But the extract legendary power is a big deal, and it's all stored in the cube itself. So once you've got that there, that'll become available. Let's get out of here. So we've got the Nephalem obelisk here, and what you can do is these are rifts. So if we open one of these up, we can accept that and just crack this open. You can go in here, and the whole deal is you kill the Guardian's minions, and then once you kill enough of them, then you get to fight a boss. Once you do that, you get a certain amount of loot will drop. And sometimes if you do, this is just a regular rift, but if you do empowered one, there's different socketable runes that drop. And I'll kind of show that later on. But just know that this is here. You're going to need to do some of these in order to do a greater rift anyway. So, what else should we look at? You've got the enchanter here. And you can go through and replace items and stuff. I didn't do any of that stuff earlier in the campaign just because we didn't get to Act 5. I guess I could have done it earlier, but I didn't really care. So you can reroll stats on this stuff. As far as legendaries goes, I haven't tried it. I would check that one out on the internet to see if you can do it. I'll try it out later on, but for right now I just wanted to kind of go over some of this beginning stuff. So, but anyway, she's here. You can reroll a lot of these stats. In fact, if we went like this, we can replace a property. I don't want to do it now just because some of this stuff, I just don't want to change it yet. I kind of wanted to see how this rolled out. Actually killing shit, so. Just know this is here. I'm going to go over this stuff later on in a later episode. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for most of the new stuff. I mean, there's some other additions that are out there, but we'll kind of talk about that as this stuff becomes more apparent. And I think the only one that might be different is probably this armory. So the way this works, I can show this really quick, is my set of armor right here, and we can just call it armory set 1. So that's it. Now if I had a 2, let's just say I take that off. Let's just call this 2. If I keep this shit in my inventory right now, this is equipped as is, and you can see it, the details here, and it shows you exactly what it is because it comes out. It shows you cube powers, your skills, and then your passive stuff, and then all your equipment. But if we go here, you can see that this equip came up blue, and the big deal with that is, since I have this in my inventory, and I don't know if it works in the stash, we could try it. Let's give that a shot. Let's go to one and equip it. Yep, came out of my stash, and I'm all loaded up. So you can set this. It's handy for stuff like gold find. There's a few good sets for that. And then if you want to switch between, say, let's say I have a set just for Blessed Hammer, or a set just for Smite, or whatever it happens to be, you can go through here and switch this stuff up. So, but that's there for you, and watch that. So, but I think what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna go into Act 1. Head to New Tristram. And I've already got this rift open. So I think I'm just going to do this really quick. So this will be the first Nephalem Rift. Sorry. And pretty much what we're doing here is we're trying to fill this gauge up. That's really all we're doing. So we'll get in here, and I very well may get my ass spanked. And I think this very well may be a struggle for me. Usually these kind of scale with your level. I didn't even look to see what I actually ran this with. Okay, die. Ah, shit. Oh my god. I don't want to run up any further. Come here, you fucker. Fucking dickbag. Okay. Oh, you can fuck right off. Now, if you look right here, you'll see this glowing little obelisk thing. Pick those up because they add on to this. You're going to see them on the ground, so just, you always want to pick them up. Now, do note that this does get incredibly challenging, and you can adjust it slightly. I see that little fucker right over there, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to him right away. Now, since this is a higher difficulty, it's a pretty good chance, and this is a gem hoarder too. If I can keep his little ass in the corner, I might be able to get him before he bails out. But if you see gem hoarders, whip their asses. See, because that's what happens. And then, if we look here, I mean, that was a shitload of gems. So, those guys are around. The higher the difficulty, the more difficult it is to kill the little bastards. But they're worth it. If you kind of watch my little series on running Act 1 through 5 with this Crusader, I hit up every little treasure bastard I could find. I've kind of been watching my experience bar here. It looks like it's creeping at a good pace. I think it is easier to get into adventure mode and run adventure mode rather than keep going through the campaign on the different difficulties. Plus, it kind of removes some of the monotony of going over the same fucking shit over and over and over. Adds a little replayability. Most of the rifts are random monsters, random bosses, and a random level. And I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here, so. Okay, now these guys might be a little bit problematic. Because because the enemies are random, you get a handful of shit from I've seen them from every act, so these guys are assholes. Get out of there. But you kind of got to figure out your crowd control if you're doing these rifts, because I've kicked my own ass multiple times by trying to bail out or run back and just attracting more mobs. Hey, there's that champion. Oh, he's gone already. You'll notice that in these rifts there are shit tons more elites. Well, there's a lot more champions. And the combinations of what properties they have are a little bit more strange. I think those are random too. Though I guess I could be wrong. I heard him. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's a blood thief. Yeah, we'll talk about this a little bit. Fuck. He's too fast. Oh, he's dropping blood shards. Go over that too. I don't think there's no way. I may have just got myself killed. Yep, he's gone. That's how it goes. Especially when you get into some of these harder difficulties with a lot bigger crowds. There will just be times where you're too busy getting your ass kicked. And that's alright, you just gotta live through it. Or die and just retry. What are we at here? 70%? Just keep moving along here. Reflects damage, yeah, figures. And he's got Nightmarish, so I'm feared. Probably going to notice that if you're doing these, you're going to have to move around a little bit more. Won't be able to stand in one spot and just get absolutely destroyed. I could go in there, but really, it doesn't matter how far you go in. Really what you're looking for is to kill enough of these minions to spawn the Guardian. Crack some of these open. I think this is where my armor's gonna come back and bite me in the ass, so. Ooh, I blocked that. I'm surprised. Very surprised. Fucking thralls. I hate thralls. Getting close. We're at 94%. Oh, what is this shit? Hammer's doing work. I think we should have enough. There we go. So there's the Guardian, and you can see it on the mini-map. These guys are difficult. Just keep hacking away at them. Fortunately, this guy doesn't have a whole hell of a lot going on as far as spells go. Alright, and that's it. So, he's toast. So we ended with some blood shards. Fucking thralls. Kill his ass. We'll pick up that. Nephalem Rifts. That's a little bit of lore. Not picking up any blues. Usable parts. Take that. This was different. Something else, but that's it. So I picked up all the loot I want out of here. We can go straight back to town. We're gonna talk to that ghost dude Auric. And there he is. So he's got that done. Fine battle. So we received 1.9 million XP and then 19.5k. Just for doing that, and that didn't take all that long. So once you turn that in though, it says it's gonna close, and it will. So make sure you got everything out of there before you go talk to him. He should have given me, what did he give me? Nothing. That would be in the next one. So the greater rifts. That stuff isn't available till 70, so I'll just wait to show that stuff. But so I think what I'm gonna do, I want to do one of these relatively quick. Kill the butcher. That shouldn't be that hard. Why don't we go here? We'll clear the Den of the Fallen. So this is a bounty. So I purposely came to Act 1 because monsters are just easier to do. Easier to kill off. So here's the Den of the Fallen. We'll go in here. Kill all the enemies in the Den of the Fallen on level 2. So level 1 really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna blow through here as fast as I can. Hopefully I'm going the right way. just keep pushing through. Still trying to chain as many kills together as we can. Don't stand in the green shit. Take those. Okay, so in here, the objective is to kill everything, wipe it out. So we'll have to do that here. Okay, so this is kind of windy and twisty here. Let's go down this way first. You'll notice on the objectives menu over there, we got 7 enemies remaining. So it should show us where everybody else is. But now we're going to have to backtrack. And I think they're going to be up towards the top. Okay, so that's it. So here, bounty complete. We gained 27.3k in gold and then 2 million experience just for that one single bounty. So that put me over the edge on that one. These are splendid chests. Pick them up. Usually there's good shit in them at this stage in the game. So normal, they're usually kind of shitty, but once you get into hard or nightmare or whatever the fuck it's called, shit gets a little bit better. So, but what you want to do is just keep going on these. Hit up a new waypoint. You'll see that the Weeping Hollow, it says I completed it. So you just keep going through. So on this one, Rockma, the Butcher, Revenge of Garbad, and I think that's that Goat Man. I could be wrong. RNA, and then just keep going. Just keep going. And then the Skeleton King. You don't have to do these in any particular order, but once you do, you end up with this as a reward, and then a Heraldric chest for Act 1. So you should get some goodies out of there. Yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is might call it at this point in time, but I'm definitely gonna do some more. So keep watching. I'm gonna do some more episodes. I'm gonna rock this guy out till 70 and see what I can do once I actually allocate his this Paragon. So, but that's it for this episode. This is MeefMagnet. Talk to you later.